What's up, guys? It's JD Smith, and you're tuned in to the Investments YouTube channel. Let's take a pause for a second. Let's say right now you're saying, JD, I'm looking for an industry to get in where I can start and grow my business with the smallest amount of expenses right now to keep the stress low. But I'm looking to get in something for myself so I can help my community. I'm looking to get in an industry where I can make a lot of money eventually, where I can learn, grow, and make a lot of money. Let's take it back in history. Okay, when the armed forces came back from World War II, if I'm not mistaken, in the early 1900s, they came back from World War II. Okay, what was the goal there? When they came back, they finally came back from the war. Their goal there was to make babies. They made a lot of babies. And that's what we call today the baby boomer generation. The baby boomer generation is what we call that today. Okay, and that was because of when the soldiers came back from the war, they made babies. Okay, baby boomer generations. So, as someone very money driven and someone that wants to see a good return at that day and age, what type of investments or business opportunities would you think become very profitable in that day and age? If you were to think about it, diapers, lotion, you got babies coming. You got 70, 80 million babies are born in the baby boomer generation. So at that point, you should be thinking about anything, baby food, baby lotion, diapers, all that. Okay? Not a problem. Let's fast forward. Let's fast forward 15 years, about 15, 20 years after that, after they came home from the war. About 15, 20 years after they come home from the war, these baby boomers are between the ages of, in a broad sense, they're between the ages of 10 and 20. So let's do what's in the middle, 15 years old. You see a 15-year-old, there's a generation of 15-year-olds, of quote unquote 70 million 15-year-olds. What are they thinking about at this age? Their first car. Okay. What cars really did well and are still doing well today in, let's say, around 1964, when they're around that age of between 10 and 20 years old? What cars you think? Around 1964, Corvette, Mustang. So these corporations, these big businesses are getting millions and millions of dollars at this time because this is the niche. That is the niche. If your niche is baby boomers, your niche is you want the biggest return. You want to be able to impact the most people. Cars. That's what they're looking for at this age, and that's where that's where they found their money. That's where a lot of money came from, was the car industry. Okay. So then let's fast forward that 10, 20 more years. 10, 20 more years go by. We're in the 80s. What do you think was happening 10, 20 years after that? Okay, they're out of school. They have cars, they have a job, dating. They've been in dating for a while at that point. They're looking to get into housing. Real estate, boom. Big real estate boom. Wow. So who's winning at this point? Construction. People in real estate are making a lot of money in the 80s because of that generation, the baby boomer generation, who are in their 30s. This is the 80s, who are in their 30s and are really, ready to buy those houses. So this is why these sellers, these business owners were doing so well in real estate and in construction at this time. That's why people ran real estate jobs. That's why people ran the construction industry. And that's why so much money was made in that industry, because of the fact this is where a majority of the population was interested in at that time. So let's fast forward. Now we're in the years between 2010. Let's give it a 20-year stretch. We're in the year between 2010 and 2020. 2010, 2030. At this age, okay, they were in their mid 20s, 30s, and the 80s. Now we forwarded probably, let's say, we forward about 35 years, 35, 40 years. So now at this age, about between the ages of 55 and 65. You know, it's 55 and 70 at this time. Okay, so what are you thinking about? If you're thinking, hey, I want to get into an industry where I can impact the most people, I want to impact the most people and help them and just satisfy them. I want to satisfy the most people and make the most money. Okay, what are you thinking about? Financial services. There are so many people retiring. 71 million people are retiring. That means there are 71 working class are getting ready to retire, and they're getting ready to transfer so much wealth. They're about to transfer so much wealth. It's about to be the biggest wealth transfer. We're in the middle of the biggest wealth transfer ever. Okay? So you want to get into an industry that you want to find, that you want to bridge gap. You want to bridge, let's say you want to help out your community. You want to learn how to bridge wealth gaps. Big wealth gap going on right here. If you want to learn how to bridge wealth gaps, you want to learn how to help transfer wealth between families. If you're like me and someone who wants to hit, younger generation, who wants to educate, bring education and awareness to younger generations, you have that opportunity to do it right now. You have the opportunity to get into the industry right now. Okay? This is something that I advise you. Even if it's something that you want to do on the side, this is just the education and awareness you can learn in this industry will set you ahead than what you thought you could have been in some other industry. So the least you can do is get educated about this industry. So this is my why to why I got into financial services, because history is going to repeat itself. For one, history is going to repeat itself. For two, money's a tool. Okay? People say money's the rule of all evil, but it helps out a lot. Trust me. There's been times where I've been broke. There's been times where I'm still broke. There's been times where I am not broke anymore. You know what I mean? I'm an investor. There's times where it gets really risky. Okay? So with that being said, why not have the knowledge? Why not have the knowledge and put yourself in a position where you can help and impact so many people? Okay? These are what our video is going to be about. Our video is going to be about finances, here at Investments, finances, business, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle. Okay? I was a student athlete. I want to keep the same mindset, same principles of being a student athlete, and I want to take it with me every day in life. And I want to educate those who have been student athletes, who weren't student athletes, on how to keep that mindset on everything you do in life and be able to impact so many people you can. Okay? So I appreciate you guys for checking out this YouTube video. My name is JD Smith, the Invest Smith. Okay? Remember, invest in yourself for the better of others. Okay? I'll see you next time on the next video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you got to do, man. Let's get this out. Exposure. See you next video. For more information, feel free to check us out at our new website, www.investments.com. We are also on every social media site at Investments. Thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself, and we'll see you next time.